Hello everyone, welcome to Nature Academy and this is Dr. Athar Parveen. In the previous lectures we learnt about variable separable differential equation and linear differential equations. There are certain types of differential equations which can be reduced to linear differential form and variable separable form. In this lecture we will learn this type of differential equations, that is Bernoulli's equation and homogeneous equation. These two types of differential equations are the ones which can be reduced to linear and variable separable form respectively. Let's start with the Bernoulli's differential equation, which is reducible to linear form. Then later on we will move to the homogeneous equation, which is reducible to variable separable form, in order to find the general solution of the differential equation. The general form for the Bernoulli's equation is dy by dx plus py is equal to q into y raised to n. There is a n here. The power of y is some n and this n will not be equal to 0 or 1. But what to do if n is equals to 0 or 1? We will discuss this type of differential equation a bit later. Let's first look into this type of differential equation called Bernoulli's differential equation, where n is an integer other than 0 or 1 and is reducible to linear form. Note that in the linear differential equation, the differential equation was of this form: dy by dx plus py is equal to q. That means there was no y associated with q in that form. Now this Bernoulli's equation, there is a y associated with q and there is a power n to that y. So this can be reduced to this type of equation, the linear form, and then the general solution can be found. Now the working rule for this type of differential equation is first to find 1 minus n. Okay, it is a simple thing. If n is 3, then you will have 1 minus 3 is equal to minus 2. If n is 4, you will have 1 minus n is equal to minus 3 and so on. Then later, after finding this 1 minus n, you write the given differential equation in this form: dz by dx plus p into 1 minus n into z is equal to q into 1 minus n. So once you have found 1 minus n, you multiply it with this p. Okay, this p here, this p is the old p. This is this old p. Okay, and this q is the old q. This is the q. Okay, so once you find out, this will be your new p and this will be your new q. Now this equation will be in this form, this linear differential equation form, where z is equal to y raised to 1 minus n. This later on, after we solve the differential equation, we can substitute it back and then find the solution. Now you can solve this differential equation, which is a reduced linear differential equation, in the same way as we did previously. First, we can find the integrating factor using this new p and new q, then solve for y using y into integrating factor is equal to integral q into integrating factor into dx plus c. The example is 3 into dy by dx plus 3 into y by x is equal to 2x raised to 4 y raised to 4. We have to find the general solution of this equation. So let's start with our step 1. See here, n is equal to 4. Therefore, this is a Bernoulli's equation. If there was no y here in the right hand side, if there was only 2x raised to 4, then we would say that this is a linear differential equation and we would directly solve this differential equation. Now we have to reduce this differential equation into linear form. Then we have to find the general solution of this equation. So in the working rule, step 1 says that find 1 minus n. Here n is equal to 4. Therefore, our 1 minus n will be minus 3. Now step 2 is we have to write the given differential equation in this form, in the form which includes z, dz by dx plus 1 minus n into p into z is equal to 1 minus n into q. Now in this given equation, we have p is equal to 3 by x. 3 by x is a function of y, therefore p is 3 by x. And we have q is equal to 2x raised to 4. We have dz by dx plus minus 3 into p is 3 by x into z is equal to minus 3 into 2x raised to 4. Now I have to write this whatever the number will be there here as it is, because this is a constant. So 3 into dz by dx. Now divide this 3 for the entire equation in the both sides so that you get rid of this 3 here. You have this dz by dx minus 3 by x into z is equal to minus 2x raised to 4. See here, now we got new p and new q. Okay, so our new p will be minus 3 by x and new q will be minus 2x raised to 4. And the given equation is now reduced to the linear form, dz by dx plus p into z equal to q. This is a linear form. Now proceed with the finding the integrating factor and then the general solution. First find the integrating factor, which is equal to e raised to integral p into dx. We are talking about the new p and new q now. So our new p is minus 3 by x. So e raised to integral, I'll take minus outside. We have 3 minus x into dx, or I can also take 3 outside, minus 3 integral 1 by x into dx. This will be equal to e raised to minus 3 into integral 1 by x is log x. So you have log x. Now I can write this also as e raised to log x raised to minus 3. So now my integrating factor will become e raised to log x raised to minus 3. Log and e are reciprocal to each other, therefore they will get cancelled. And my integrating factor will be x raised to minus 3 or 1 by x cube. Now find the general solution. General solution can be found using this equation, integrating factor into z is equal to integral q into integrating factor into dx. So z as it is I will write, and integrating factor is 1 by x cube. This is equal to integral. Our new q was minus 2x raised to 4. So I will write it as minus 2x raised to 4 into integrating factor is 1 by x cube into dx, or z into 1 by x cube is equal to this x cube and x raised to 4 will get cancelled and 1 x will be remaining here. So in the right hand side I will have minus 2x dx, or z by x cube is equal to minus 2 times integral x dx, can be in turn written as minus 2 into integral x will be x square by 2 plus c. Here 2 will get cancelled and I will have z by x cube is equal to minus x square plus c. Now I can put back z is equal to 1 by y cube every time. So let's include this step in the working rule. It will be easy for us. So the third step in the working rule will be put z is equal to y raised to 1 minus n. Now put back this z is equal to 1 by y cube, because see here our n was 4 and 1 minus n was minus 3. So z is equal to y raised to 1 minus n or z is equal to y raised to minus 3 or z is equal to 1 by y cube. So that I will have 1 by x cube into 1 by y cube is equal to minus x square plus c. This is the required general solution. Now before going to the next problem, let's learn a trick to solve this type of integral. Integral x raised to n f of x into dx. Means this type of equations actually you can solve by integration by parts, but that becomes a long and lengthy procedure. We will do it and see here. This type of equations, for example, x square sine 2x dx, integral x cos 3x dx, integral x cube e raised to x dx, means any x raised to some power into f of x, the same function of x. Or if you have y in the first term, then it will be f of y. If you have z in the first term, you will have f of z into dz. So this type of equations, to solve these type of equations becomes a lengthy and complicated task. Therefore, we are using this trick. If we learn this trick now, it will be easy for us to proceed with the other complex type of numericals. Let's first solve this by using traditional integration by parts method. This is in the form u into v dash. We can solve this using this u into v minus integral u dash v into dx. So this is the formula for the integration by parts. So how do we do this equation now? This can be written as, first let us write it here. Here we have u is equal to x square. Then u dash will become 2x if we differentiate it. And we have v dash is equal to sine 2x. And if we integrate this v dash, we will get v which is equal to minus cos 2x by 2. We can use this and substitute here. So this equation can be written as x square into minus cos 2x, because u into v, minus cos 2x by 2 minus integral u dash. U dash is 2x and v is again minus cos 2x divided by 2 into dx. Now this can also be written as minus x square by 2 cos 2x plus integral x into cos 2x dx. Again this integral can be solved using this u into v dash. Here u is x, therefore its differentiation gives you 1, and v dash is cos 2x. Therefore if you integrate it, you get value of v, which will be sine 2x by 2. We can substitute this here again. This I will write it as it is, minus x square by 2 cos 2x plus u into v. U is x and v is sine 2x by 2 minus integral u dash. U dash is 1 into v, sine 2x by 2 into dx. This can be written as minus x square by 2 cos 2x as it is plus x by 2 sine 2x minus, here only sine 2x is the term which is to be integrated. I can take 1 by 2 outside, and sine 2x, if I integrate it, I will get minus cos 2x divided by 2 plus c. So my final answer will be minus x square by 2 cos 2x plus x by 2 sine 2x plus 1 by 4 cos 2x plus c. So this was a bit complicated, lengthy and time consuming, isn't it? So that's why to solve this type of sum, the integral sum, we have this trick called differentiation integration method. So what we are going to do in this is, first term, that is x raised to n, I will write the differentiation consecutively, and I will write plus minus here like this, plus minus till I will get 0. I am just going to continuously differentiate this term. Okay. Then again, I will take the second term and I will integrate it. I will go on integrating. I will stop integrating when the differentiation term becomes 0. Because later on we are going to multiply this. Okay. So if I multiply, I will have a plus minus there. Okay. So I will do this by this example so that you can understand easily. See, first what I am going to do, I will write differentiation. I will write integration. This will be, differentiation will be for first term and integration will be for second term, but I will start with the integral answer. The first term will be the answer of the second term integral. Okay. And I will have here plus, minus, plus and so on alternatively. See, in the first term I am going to write x square as it is. Now I will do differentiation of x square, which will give me 2x. Now I will do differentiation of 2x, which will give me 2. Now I will do differentiation of 2, which will give me 0. Once I get 0, I am going to stop. And here I will write alternatively plus, and minus. Okay. And I am going to stop integration just before 0, because later on I am going to multiply and 0 with any term is going to be 0. So I will not waste my time. So second term is sine 2x. Here I am not going to write sine 2x as it is. I will take the integration first here. In the first term we wrote this x square as it is. But in the second term we are going to write the integration as the first term. Integration of sine 2x as the first term. Okay. So integration of sine 2x will be minus cos 2x by 2. Now again I will integrate this. It will be, actually cos 2x integration is sine 2x. We have a minus sign here. So it will be minus sine 2x by 2 into 2. See here, integral, I have minus cos 2x by 2. Okay. I will take minus 1 by 2 outside and I will have integral cos 2x. And this will be minus half into integral cos 2x is sine 2x by 2. So my answer will be minus 1 by 4 sine 2x. That I am going to write here. I will have 4 in the denominator. Again I will integrate this. So this integration will lead me to cos 2x, because sine 2x is minus cos 2x, minus gets cancelled, and in the denominator again I will have 4 into 2, which is 8. Okay. This will be my third term. Now I am not going to proceed because I have 0 here. I told you that we will be multiplying it here like this. So if we multiply, there is no need for me to proceed with the 0, because the answer is going to be 0 there. Now the final answer will be, just go on multiplying this with the signs above here. See, we have a plus sign here. So we have x square, minus sign is there with the cos 2x. So minus x square cos 2x by 2. Minus into minus will become plus sine 2x. I have 2x here. So 2 ones are 2 twos are, it will be x by 2 in the left hand side. And then plus into plus will be plus. Again 2 ones are 2 fours are will get cancelled, and you will have cos 2x by 4 plus c. So this is the exact answer which we got with the integration by parts also. Cos 2x plus x by 2 sine 2x plus 1 by 4 cos 2x plus c. The same exact thing we got with the trick also. Let us take this as example, x into cos 3x. Now I am not going to do integration by parts. Directly I am using this trick now. Now this will be my first term x. Second term will be cos 3x. I will write it as differentiation, integration. Then this will be my, I will start with the first term. Here I will start integration of the second term. I will start with integration of the second term. I will have plus, minus, and so on. I am going to differentiate only till I get 0. First term is x. Differentiate it, it will be 1. Differentiate it, it will be 0. Second term is cos 3x. Integrate it, you will get sine 3x by 3. Again integrate it, you will get minus cos 3x by, in the denominator I will have 3 into 3 is 9. I am going to stop here. I am not going to proceed because there is a 0 here. Okay. Now I will get the final answer if I multiply this both with these signs. Okay. So my final answer will be x into sine 3x by 3, minus into minus will be plus, cos 3x by 9 plus c. So this is my final answer. Even if I use the integration by parts, I am going to get this. See, just within a minute you can easily find the answer. Okay. See, explaining is time consuming, but when you learn this trick and when you start applying this trick, it will be very easy for you. Now this trick is called a differentiation integration method or a DI method. Okay. Now keeping this in mind, let's proceed with the next example. The next example is dy by dx plus xy is equal to x cube y cube. Here you can see that the value of n is 3. Okay. Now start with the working rule. First to find 1 minus n. This 1 minus n will be equal to 1 minus 3 or minus 2. Here p is equal to x and q is equal to x cube. Now write this given equation in this form. Which form? dz by dx plus 1 minus n into pz is equal to 1 minus n into q. Remember, this z is equal to y raised to 1 minus n. We will use this later. Once we are done with the general solution, last step we will use it and we will find the value of y. Now we have dz by dx plus 1 minus n is minus 2 and p is x into z is equal to minus 2, q is x cube. Or I can also write it as dz by dx minus 2xz equal to minus 2x cube. Now this will be our new p and this will be our new q. So p will be equal to minus 2x and q will be equal to minus 2x cube. So this is in this form, no? The linear form it is now. Now I can easily find the integrating factor. Integrating factor will be equal to e raised to integral p into dx is equal to e raised to minus integral 2x into dx. This I can also write it as minus 2. I will take outside x into dx, or x becomes x square by 2 and 2 gets cancelled. E raised to minus 2 x square by 2 gets cancelled. I will have e raised to minus x square, or integrating factor is equal to e raised to minus x square. Now find the general solution. Z into integrating factor, which is e raised to minus x square, is equal to integral q minus 2x cube. This is q into integrating factor, which is e raised to minus x square into dx. I have just rearranged this integration equation. Now I can put t is equal to minus x square so that things become easy. If I differentiate it, I will get minus 2x into dx is equal to dt. So I have just rearranged it. I have put minus 2x into dx as dt, minus x square as t. Here we have x square, therefore I have written as minus t. Now this is in the form of integral x raised to n f of x dx. Now I can apply the di method. So differentiation, integration, I will write plus, minus and plus. The first term is t, differentiation of t will be 1 and this differentiation of 1 will be 0. Second term is e raised to t, integration of e raised to t is e raised to t. Again integration of e raised to t is e raised to t. I am not going to proceed because later on I am going to multiply it with 0, it becomes 0. Now I will multiply these two terms. So the answer I can write it as, in the left hand side I will have z e raised to minus x square as it is, and in the right hand side I will have minus into t into e raised to t minus e raised to t plus c. So this is the answer here. Now I can again a little bit simplify to get the final answer. This I can write it as, I will take e raised to t outside. So it will become minus e raised to t into t minus 1 plus c. In the left hand side I will have z e raised to minus x square. Now I will put back the value of t. T is minus x square. So I will write left hand side minus x square as it is, and then the right hand side I will write e raised to minus x square into Again t is minus x square minus 1 plus c. I want to cancel from the left hand side and right hand side this term e raised to minus x square. So I will write it as z is equals to minus x square minus 1 plus c by e raised to minus x square. So I have minus here. So this z becomes x square plus 1 plus c by e raised to minus x square. So this is the solution. Remember, we have to put back this z, isn't it? So if I put back this value of z is equal to y raised to 1 minus n, which was y raised to minus 2. I will have the general solution as y raised to minus 2 is equal to x square plus 1 plus c by e raised to minus x square. Or I can also write it as y raised to minus 2 is equal to x square plus 1 plus c into e raised to x square. So this is the final general solution. Now let us talk about the case where n is equals to 0 or 1. What we do if n is equals to 0 or 1? See, the first case is if n is equals to 0. If n is equals to 0, for example, you will have equation like this: dy by dx plus y into tan x is equal to cos x into y raised to 0. But y raised to 0 will be equal to 1. So your equation will be dy by dx plus y into tan x is equal to cos x. So this type of equation is a linear differential equation. So you can directly solve this type of differential equation. In fact, we have done the same example in previous lecture. Please check out this previous lecture from the website of the Nature Academy. You can also download the notes from there and also from this YouTube channel. And this was a GATE 2017 question. Okay, so this is a direct differential equation in the linear form. You can just solve it. Now what is the second case? The second case is if n is equal to 1. For example, if you have x into dy by dx plus y into log y is equal to x into y raised to x into y into e raised to x. Here your y raised to n is y raised to 1 actually. So this is 1, isn't it? So here n is 1. But you can't do with finding 1 minus n, because 1 minus 1 becomes 0. So you can't proceed in this way. But you can easily reduce it in this following way which I am showing. What you do? You divide this equation by xy. Then you get 1 by y into dy by dx plus 1 by x into log y is equal to e raised to x. Now put this log y is equal to z. If you put this log y is equal to z, you first differentiate it. You get 1 by y into dy by dx is equal to dz by dx. Now substitute this value of dz by dx in this equation. So you get this equation like this. 1 by y into dy by dx is dz by dx plus log y is z. 1 by x as it is. In the right hand side, it will become e raised to x. Now this form is in the linear form, isn't it? With the p is equal to 1 by x and q is equal to e raised to x. Now proceed with finding integrating factor and then solve it. It is as simple as that. Okay. Now, like the Bernoulli differential equation is reduced to linear differential equation, another form of differential equation called a homogeneous differential equation can be reduced to this form. Which form? The variable separable form. And then the general solution can be found with the same working rule with the variable separable form. Now this homogeneous differential equation is of the form dy by dx is equal to f of x comma y by phi of x comma y. Note that here each term of f of x comma y and phi of x comma y will be of same degree, that is same power. Therefore, this type of equation is called homogeneous differential equation. For example, let us take a 2xy plus x square into dy by dx. This is equal to 3y square plus 2xy. Or I can also write this in this form of f of xy by phi of xy. Dy by dx is equal to 3y square plus 2xy divided by 2xy plus x square. Here note that the degree is same for each term, because for 3y square the degree is 2, the power for y is 2. Here together x is 1 and y is 1. Together the degree is 2. Again here also together the degree is 2, and for x square the degree is 2. That means for each term the degree is 2. Therefore this type of equation, which is of the form f of xy by phi of xy and degree of each term is same, is called a homogeneous differential equation. The tip to confirm whether given differential equation is homogeneous or not is first to check the degree of this equation. Okay. For example, you may also have this type of equation like dy by dx is equal to 2x plus x square by 3y square plus 2xy. Here you can clearly note that the degree is 1, the degree is 2. This means this equation is not a homogeneous differential equation. So you cannot apply the working rule which we are going to use in the homogeneous differential equation. Okay, what is the working rule? The working rule for homogeneous differential equation is first reduce the given differential equation to variable separable form. How you reduce it? You can reduce it by substituting y is equal to v into x. Differentiate it. If you differentiate it, you get dy by dx is equal to v into 1 plus x into dv by dx. Or you can also simply write it as dy by dx is equal to v plus x into dv by dx. So substitute y is equal to vx and dy by dx is equal to v plus x into dv by dx. Now this will be reduced to variable separable form. This is your first step. Second step is, now separate the variables like we did in variable separable method. Integrate both sides. Add c after putting v is equal to y by x back. That's all. So you have to integrate both sides like in variable separable form. And then what you do after separating the variables, you integrate. You will write it. Separating the variables and integrate both sides. Add this constant of integration c after putting v is equal to y by x back. If we do one example, you can understand it in a better way. The example is x square minus y square into dx plus 2xy into dy is equals to 0. Now you can rewrite this equation, isn't it? You can rewrite it as x square minus y square into dx is equal to minus 2xy into dy, or dy by dx is equal to minus x square minus y square by 2xy. So this is in the form f of x comma y by phi of x comma y, and see for the degree is same. Therefore this is a homogeneous differential equation. Now first step in the working rule is substitute y is equal to x and dy by dx is equal to v plus x into dv by dx in this equation. So you get dy by dx as v plus x into dv by dx is equal to, in the right hand side, minus x square minus y is we have to substitute as v into x. So it will become v square x square by, in the denominator we have 2x into y is vx. So this I can also write it as minus x square plus x square v square by 2vx square. Then again I can take x common. In fact, I can take x square common. If I take x square common, I will have v square minus 1 in the numerator in the bracket divided by 2vx square. X square gets cancelled and I will have v square minus 1 by 2v in the right hand side. So in the left hand side I have v plus x into dv by dx is equal to v square minus 1 by 2v. If you see carefully, this is a variable separable differential equation form. You have to just now rearrange it and then you can proceed with the working rule for variable separable form. So if you rearrange it, you can write it as x into dv by dx is equal to v square minus 1 by 2v. I'll take that v in the right hand side. I will have it like this. Then I can also write it as x into dv by dx is equal to, I will just multiply the denominator with the numerator and make the denominator common, so that I get v square minus 1 minus 2v square by 2v. This is equal to v square minus 2v square will be minus v square minus 1 by 2v. In the left hand side I have x into dv by dx. In the right hand side I have minus v square minus 1 by 2v. Now I will separate the variables. I will make dv terms one side, v terms one side and x terms one side, so that I get 2v by v square plus 1 into dv is equal to, I'll take minus with the x, which I have taken minus common here. Okay, so I will take that minus with the x here. It will be minus 1 by x into dx. Now integrate both sides. The variable separable procedure you do now, it will be integral 2v by v square plus 1 into dv is equal to minus integral 1 by x dx. If you see the left hand side carefully, this is in the form f dash v by fv. This is the integration and the answer for this will be log of f of v. So I can write this as log of v square plus 1 and in the right hand side minus log of x, because integral 1 by x is log x, plus log of c. I have told you earlier also that if the other two terms are having log, then the constant which I will take also should be of the log only. Plus log x, I put it in the left hand side, this one will be log c. Now I can multiply these two terms because they have log into x is equal to c, and I cancel the log from the both sides. Now put back this v is equal to y by x. Okay, put v is equal to y by x back. So you get y square by x square plus 1 into x is equal to c, or by x, because this x and x gets cancelled. This is equals to c, or y square plus x square is equal to c. So this is the general solution for this type of homogeneous differential equation. Actually, this type of sums they have not asked in CSIR. The equations based on the differential equations based on Bernoulli's and homogeneous differential equations, they have not asked till now. Therefore, we are not doing any previous questions because they have not asked. But we never know. It's better that we know the concept at least. Though we will not go much deeper into this type of sums, but it's better that we will know the concept and the working rule, because you never know, if they ask this time, it will be easy for you to solve. The next problem is x into sine y by x dy is equal to y sine y by x minus x. So you just rearrange this. This is a homogeneous differential equation. You will find it when you rearrange only you can understand. Dy by dx is equal to y sine y by x minus x by x sine y by x. So you will have dy by dx is equal to y by x minus 1 by sine y by x, because in the first term sine y by x will be cancelled. You can also write it as dy by dx is equal to y by x minus 1 by sine is cosecant. So cosecant y by x. Okay. See here the degree is same. The degree is same for x and y for all the terms f of xy by phi of xy. Therefore, this is a homogeneous equation. Now proceed with putting y is equal to vx, and dy by dx is equal to v plus x into dv by dx. So you get v plus x into dv by dx is equal to v into x by x minus cosecant vx by x. In the right hand side, x will get cancelled in the both the terms, and what will be remaining? Here left hand side will be like this only, dv by dx. In the right hand side, v minus cosecant v. If I take v in the right hand side, I will cancel the v, and what will be remaining? X into dv by dx is equal to minus cosecant v. Now this is a variable separable form. I can easily separate the variables. How do I separate? I can write it as minus 1 by cosecant v into dv is equal to 1 by x into dx. This I can also write it as minus sin v into dv is equal to 1 by x dx. Integrate both sides in order to find the general solution. You will have minus integral sin v dv is equal to integral 1 by x dx. So sin v, the integral of sin v becomes minus cos v, minus minus will get cancelled, you have cos v. So cos v will be equal to log of x, we have integral 1 by x is log x plus c. Now put back v is equal to y by x. So you get cos y by x is equal to log x plus c. So this is the general solution of the given homogeneous differential equation. Okay. I hope that you understood this Bernoulli's differential equation and homogeneous differential equations, how to reduce them into linear and variable separable form respectively. Please do check out the website of Nature Academy for this notes. You can download it from there, and also please do watch the previous lectures from the same playlist. Okay, that's all for this lecture. Thank you.